Did your parents ever slut shame you? It started when I was 13 and wore a tank top to school. Dad spent the entire ride home lecturing me about modesty and respect, and how men couldn't control themselves around exposed bodies. It was weird because he'd never said anything like that to me before. The next day, he bought me a whole new wardrobe of long sleeves and pants. "This is how respectable girls dress," he said while throwing out all my summer clothes. Mom tried to argue, but he shut her down, saying he was protecting me from predators. The rules got stricter every few months. First, it was no shorts or skirts above the ankle. Then no form-fitting clothes even if they covered everything. He made me wear baggy sweaters in the middle of summer. Kids at school asked why I dressed like I was hiding my body, and I didn't know how to explain that my dad thought my figure was dangerous. "Your body causes tempting thoughts," he'd tell me. "It's your responsibility to prevent that." When I turned 14, he added new requirements. My hair had to be covered because it was too tempting. He bought me headscarves and made me wear them everywhere. "Hair is sexual," he explained like it was obvious. "Men shouldn't see it." Then came gloves because apparently my hands were provocative. Then thick socks because ankles were distracting. Layer by layer, I disappeared under fabric, and Dad had started going to those weekly men's meetings at that new community center downtown. He'd come back with pamphlets about female modesty and the dangers of exposed skin. "They're teaching me to be a better father," he'd tell Mom. Mom stopped arguing after he showed her statistics about assault rates that the group had given him. None of us knew the statistics were fake. By 15, I was wearing long dresses with long coats over them plus headscarves and gloves. Full coverage. He started measuring my clothes with a ruler to ensure nothing was too tight. He'd inspect me before I left the house and send me back to change if he could see even the suggestion of my body's outline. "You're lucky I care enough to protect you," he'd say. Most fathers let their daughters run wild. One day he brought home a face covering. Not a medical mask, but a full veil that only showed my eyes. "The men at the center explained that faces cause the most temptation," he said. "Your features are too beautiful to be public." I refused to wear it. He grounded me for a month. Said I couldn't leave the house at all if I wouldn't cover my face. So I missed school while he attended more meetings and came back with stronger convictions. That's when I started investigating these meetings he was going to. I followed him one night and saw him enter this unmarked building downtown. Through the window, I could see dozens of men sitting in rows while someone gave a presentation. The projection screen showed diagrams of women's bodies with red zones marking areas that needed covering. The presenter was explaining how women's exposed skin literally poisoned men's minds. How civilization would collapse if women weren't properly contained. Dad was taking notes and nodding along. I researched the building's address and found out it was registered to something called the Brotherhood of Purity. Their website was password protected, but I found cached pages talking about returning to traditional values and protecting men from female corruption. They had chapters all over the country, specifically targeted fathers of teenage daughters. They were a cult brainwashing men into controlling their daughters, and Dad had fallen for it. I tried showing Mom what I'd found, but she was too scared to confront him. "He's not the same person anymore," she whispered. "Those men have changed him." She admitted she'd been researching divorce lawyers but was terrified of